Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Welcome to the program. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, Covino and Rich. Remember, with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us and all the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7. In the new and improved iHeartRadio app, just search Fox Sports Radio in the app. Stream us live all day, every day. Be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets on the iHeartRadio app, so it always pops up, top of your screen. Number one on the presets, number one in your life, Covino and Rich.
In your hearts. Hey,
in your corazones.
We got a lot to get to today, but I'll tell you this. There's some guy in the studio that disagrees with the rest of us.
Well,
and that's the guy touching the ones and twos. I was Sam, jackass.
Yeah. Shame on that jackass. Love you, Sam. Great to see you. Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Iowa Samuel, Big Apple Sam, and, of course, super producer Danny G.
Yeah. Happy Monday.
He's all prepared with last one standing, and we got the grand champion, the grand poobah of the competition, Dan Byer on your updates. Chase Stew's hanging out, and Spotty's on the videos. Still celebrating your birthday, Spot? The birthday boy. Again, at Covino and Rich.
20-year-old girl.
Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page. So, hope you had Nick Kurtz sort of weekend, which was impossible to have. I mean, who has that great of a weekend ever?
Yeah.
Think about it. You're just inches away from 5. That's what she said, right, Rich? You're just
That's what she said.
Inches away from 5 dongs. You have 4 bombs. First rookie to ever do that. 6 for 6. Like, what a stud of a weekend. Hope you had a CC Sabathia Ichiro sort of weekend. Some moving speeches, Hall of Famers. Congratulations to the whole class. I watched some of that, Rich. That was fun, too.
I mean, Nick Kurtz, 19 total bases. I was talking to you earlier saying that even in your best Little League day, in your grown-ass, beer league softball, 6 for 6 with 4 home runs is not something you could do. If I told Covino, you're going to play with a bunch of Little Leaguers today, you may not even do that. It's absurd when you think of that stat line. That's why it's never been done.
And he almost hit 5. He almost hit 5 home runs.
Yeah.
That's a weekend, man. That's a week. That's a month's worth of stats he did in one day. That's unbelievable. It's the greatest offensive day we've ever seen. It's like, what?
Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but he did hit one of those bombs off of a position player that was brought in to throw meatballs.
Hey, ask Jazz Chisholm how easy that is to do, though, right? It's not that easy, but great point. I mean, still part of the discussion nonetheless. But 6 for 6. Rich is right. You can't even do that in Sunday softball. He did that in the MLB as a rookie, so the best is yet to come for him. So hope you had a grand weekend, and congrats again to Ichiro Suzuki, the consummate professional. I have so much respect for that guy because he lives by respect and honor, and he talked about it. CC Sabathia, Captain Crunch Sabathia, one of my favorites, a guy you look back on and you really say, and I hate the saying, Rich, they just don't make them like that anymore. A true workhorse, right? Like an old school guy.
Yeah, as some call him, yes.
CC.
Captain Crunch Sabathia, who always wore his uniform like it was some comfy pajamas for a sleepover party.
He wore his pajamas on the mound, yet worked harder than anyone else since then.
2 things stand out when it comes to Sabathia. First of all,
how much he was sweating during the speech.
How he's one of those guys that kept the weight on because it benefited him, and after retirement, he's all trim and slim. Number one,
he's great, man.
One of the most selfless acts I've seen in sports done by CC Sabathia, where I believe he was like an inning or a strikeout or something away from some big bonus, but he opted to throw at the other team because they had thrown at his team. And I remember the Yankees did still give him that bonus, but I remember thinking, all right, he's a team player. And I just remember come playoff time, whether it was Milwaukee or the Yankees, like CC Sabathia always seemed to be a guy in a big spot that performed at the highest levels.
And I don't know if I heard this stat right, but he's the first Yankee starter since Whitey Ford or something to wear a Yankee hat into the Hall of Fame starter. I don't know if that's accurate. Maybe lefty. Maybe that's the stat. But still, he's one of those guys that of course you knew he was great always, but when you look back, you appreciate his stats even more because you might not ever see it again the way the game is today. Starters are out in the 5th inning. This guy was pitching complete games all the time, 251 wins, over 3,000 strikeouts. Again, he did it all and was happy to see him honored over the weekend. And like I said, the whole class, congrats to everybody. Billy Wagner, not too many 5'10" relievers in the Hall of Fame. In fact, he might be the only one, him and Pedro, I believe, as far as pitchers. Dave Parker was honored, Dick Allen, and Dave Parker's son did a great job reciting his poem, but some really touching speeches. I do want to say there's more to life than Happy Gilmore, too. Those Hall of Fame speeches are great.
But then again, we do have to talk about Happy Gilmore, too.
Oh, yeah.
Covino, when I thought about that stat you just said, first pitcher since, what'd you say, Whitey Ford?
Probably lefty pitcher, but yeah, to wear a Yankees hat into the Hall of Fame.
I thought about it, and in the 80s and 90s, Ron Guidry's not a Hall of Famer. And then Clemens, Cone, Pettit's not a Hall of Famer. So
Key.
The stat
they're all like
seems
borderline
true now.
guys. Musina was more of an Oriole, I guess. I don't know.
Goose Gossage wasn't always a starter, right? He was more of a bullpen guy.
Yeah,
so
he was a
and I don't even
reliever.
know if he went in as a Yank. So
Yeah, so it's really cool to see these guys honored, and it was really great to see Ichiro be the first ever Japanese player. And you know who he paid homage to? A guy that doesn't get enough credit. You know, speaking of maybe sleeping on Sabathia's stats, but recognizing it now, he was giving a lot of props to Hideo Nomo for just opening his eyes up to the fact that he could be a big leaguer in the States one day. Like, it never even dawned on him to play American baseball until he saw Nomo do it. It made it a possibility, a reality, and we reaped all the benefits, man. That guy put up some crazy numbers, some crazy stats. We were honored to watch him play. Another guy that they don't make like they used to, and who said he appreciated his time in pinstripes. He thanked the Yankees, even though he said everyone's there to celebrate CC Sabathia. He thanked Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, I'm not sure he even applauded, which rubbed me the wrong way. But he said it was an honor to play under his leadership. And he made a joke about the Marlins, too, saying that he didn't even know they were a team, but was honored to play for them. He just handled the whole thing well and was really funny in his speech. No one expected comedy from Ichiro, but he brought it. And it does make you, again, Rich, appreciate some of the legends we got to see growing up. And Dave Parker was so close to seeing his own moment, you know?
I know. I think of Ichiro, and I feel like he's one of those guys that I know he had little stints on different teams, but part of me feels like all those years in Seattle, like, oh, what if he would have been like a postseason hero had he been somewhere else? But, man, just a guy that, you're right, helped pave the way for other international players.
Dude,
like
Ichiro is a baseball machine, and you tell me, was he funnier than Happy Gilmore too? Again, his speech was all the buzz over the weekend.
And to the Miami Marlins, honestly, when you guys called to offer me a contract for 2015, I have never heard of your team.
Shut up! So congrats to all of them, because aside from all the trash TV I watched, I did get emotional doing a little slow clap to the TV to see some of our old school heroes recognized over the weekend. It was a pretty cool class.
Before we get to your weekend and everyone's weekend of sports and Gilmore and everything, you said it a few times, so I want to dissect the phrase you just said, if you don't mind. Because you hear it a lot in sports, the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, especially when it comes to pitchers. My dad finally got around to watching that Facing Nolan documentary about Nolan Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Richie, you and Covino were right. It's a great documentary. When you say they don't make them like they used to, is that pretty much saying everyone now is a bitch?
Well,
are you calling is it pretty much saying you players that are now currently playing these sports are soft?
I'll give you an example. Look up CC stats, right? 251 wins, but when you look through his stats, he has like a 19-win season and a 21-win season. And I forget what Negro League pitcher it was, but there was a pitcher that, an old school guy, who put the pressure on, like, you got to win 20 games. You got to be in the 20-win game club. Mm-hmm. As an African-American, you got to set yourself apart, and you got to win those 20 games. Dude, who's really winning 20 games nowadays? And that's something that he took a lot of pride in, 21 wins, to be in that elite club and to be that. Its starters are out in the fourth, fifth inning all the time. This guy was pitching complete games left and right. It's not an overused saying if it's true. They just don't, and the game has changed so much. But we take these young dudes out immediately. They're not working them the way they worked a workhorse like Sabathia. And Ichiro just puts up circus numbers, dude. He was in the MLB at 27. He came into the MLB and still ended up with almost 3,100 hits, well over 3,000 in MLB. That's not including the Japanese league, because otherwise Pete Rose would be rolling in his grave right now. And he still ended with a 311 batting average, played into his later years. Ichiro, CC, these are old school exceptions, dude.
Now, I don't know if that 20 wins is that attainable. You're right.
Even at Dave Parker. Look at Dave Parker's stats. What did he play? 21 years, 19 years in the big leagues? It's insane.
You brought up that 20-win goal for a guy like CC.
Yeah.
It's still possible, but as we stand right now, two guys have 12 wins, 2-year Yankees, Max Fried and Rodon both have 11. So what are those guys on track for, what, like maybe 16 wins if they, that's what you're sort of on track for.
Yeah, and you're like impressed if anyone throws a complete game, let alone a complete game shutout. It's a different game, but it's not just the game. These guys are not built for that anymore. We yank them out.
But is it always a knock on the young guys when people say they don't make them the way they used to? Like,
is it a knock? I mean, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a tribute to the way these guys played. It's not meant to knock the younger guys. It's not. The game has changed, but they're also made of glass, it seems.
Yeah.
Maybe overwork, but guys like CeCe, look at the numbers. Look how many shutouts he had. It's crazy.
It's a different game.
How many complete games he had?
Covino, you see every guy out of your pen, no matter who your team is throwing at least 95. Back in the day, only a handful of guys threw 95. So can you say it's a different game? They don't make them the way they used to? Because, the way they used to, guys are throwing 88 to 91. And that was some guy's fastball. Like, they don't make them the way they used to, but guess what? They never made them the way they do now, where you get a guy throwing splitters at 98 miles an hour. That was never a thing. So I think it's a trade-off.
Well,
These
again, they're not pacing themselves. They're just flamethrowers. It's not the art of pitching. Guys like CC, guys like Maddox will tell you that, and that's what they sort of frown upon. And, that's just part of getting old, I guess. You're right, Rich. It's a different game. But these flamethrowers are not as crafty as the Beastie Boys would like them to be. CC was crafty and just my type, and I believe he had 38 complete games. He had 10 complete games in one season. Guy that went as deep as he could into every game. And again, a guy built for that. These other dudes,
I just remember like my grandfather being like, they don't make cars the way they used to. And I'm like, yeah, but guess what, Grandpa? They got navigation in cars now and like bucket seats and like comfort. Back in the day, they might not make a car like a big metal Oldsmobile, but come on.
I believe Dan Byer wants to weigh in, and everybody could at 877-99 on Fox. Again, I'm not trying to tear any newer generation pitcher down. There's pros and cons, but I'm just trying to say that we had a pretty solid class this year, and the speeches were great, and it was cool to see. What's up, Dan?
Yeah, just a couple of things on that. First of all, I do want to say, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Pete Rose fans or anybody out there. I'm glad this weekend wasn't hijacked by Pete Rose. You mentioned that earlier. Yep. Obviously, we lost him, but the storyline of now when is Pete Rose going to go into the Hall of Fame could have, we could do this over the next couple of years before they actually decide, and that wasn't the case. But what I think is so unique about Sabathia, and it's a lot of different ways, is number one, it's one of those trade deadline deals that I look as a Brewers fan that I think we all love and remember and ones that stand out. this trade deadline probably isn't going to have that type of player, but it's really cool when a deal is done at the trade deadline for a team, and then to have it work out like it did. The Brewers were supposed to have Ben Sheets and CC Sabathia for that stretch run, and Sheets got injured, so then that's why CC had to take on the added role. The reason I bring this up is because, Rich, your Mets were battling the Brewers that year for the playoffs. And I remember going to a game in Atlanta the final week of the year because I did stuff for college football for Fox, and I was in the South, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the Braves-Mets game and cheer for the Braves against the Mets so the Brewers could try to end their drought. And that doesn't happen without CC Sabathia coming to Milwaukee. And so there's just a lot of different branches of a move that can be made like that. And then, his Yankees success in the World Series cements who he is. But yeah, that's the other cool thing about Hall of Fame weekend is there's different fan bases that can take in because if a player maybe played for one or two or three different teams and had the effect like Sabathia
And I think he's a great example, Dan, and well said, man. But he's a great example of players I think that we took for granted because their greatness was expected. Like if your team was in a slump, CC was the type of guy that would shut it down immediately, and you just expected that from him. And when it's so expected all the time, Rich, you're not as impressed and you're not surprised. But when you look back, you appreciate him. And I think there's a lot of players like that. If you compare it to today's game, like that we took for granted, and you look at their stats later on, you're like, man, I don't think I appreciated that guy enough. I do that with music too.
We've talked about it last year and the year before, but because there are additional playoff teams in Major League Baseball, and because it's hard, you got to be pretty terrible to feel like you're so out of it at this point, because with the third wild card, if you're playing 500 baseball, you're not out of it. You're like a 5-game win streak away from maybe sniffing the playoffs. So Dan, I know you pointed out like a year ago, and I love the narrative that you're not going to get as many sellers. And the trade deadline used to be really exciting because, you'd sacrifice some of these rookies. You never knew how they were going to turn out, but you might land a Sabathia, and that changes the vibe of your team. And right now, when more than half the league is like, no, I think we could still make a playoff run, those trade deadline deals, I don't think you're going to see them the way you used to.
I will also bring up this point because with that year with Milwaukee, it had been 26 years since they'd been in the playoffs. Now with the expanded playoffs, you're not going to have a quarter-century drought. It's just not going to really happen. I mean, is a team really going to miss the playoffs when you have 6 spots for? I mean, this is we were talking about it at one point where the league only had 2 spots, and at that time around it was still tough for Milwaukee when they expanded it to the divisional series. But it had been 26 years, and you have a team in contention, so Milwaukee's like, yeah, let's go out and get them. I don't think you're going to have that now in Major League Baseball because there's going to be a fan base that is craving that sort of success.
Dare I say, there's less than 10 teams that are, quote, out of it. You look at the American League, I know Minnesota, you got the Twins and the Angels a little under 500, but they're only like 4 games out of that third wild card, which makes you wonder, like, they win 8. If you win 8 out of 10, you're sort of in the mix. And in the National League, other than Colorado, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta, the Miami Marlins are playing hot. They're 6 games out of a wild card. So I don't think teams are quick to get rid of that star anymore. But you're right. Sabathia is a great example of someone that brought so much excitement at trade deadline.
There are only 4 teams right now that have a playoff drought of 5 or more years. And the Angels have the longest at 10, the Pirates 9, Rockies 6, and the Nationals, who won a World Series in 2019, have a 5-season drought. That's it. So
you know what? You trade in that World Series, they'll take that World Series for a drought any day. So
yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
There's only a few teams that that's why baseball is popping.
It is. And even the ceremony this weekend was popping. I'm sure you guys saw some of the highlights. It was a good watch. Like I said, there was more to life than Happy Gilmore, too. And that's where we land right now. And we're getting some feedback on this, too. We'll take your phone calls at 877-99 on Fox. But there is one guy in the studio for sure that we know of that despised the movie. Is it shame on him or shame on the movie? We'll explain. We'll get to it.
Ooh.
And your phone calls. And last one standing, Rich. We got prizes to give away on today's show. So if you guys want to play along, remember the number. If you want to chime in, call us up, 877-99 on Fox. We'll talk having a baby. Someone had a baby over the weekend, and
It's going to be a soccer player.
It's great. It's a blessing. You know, it's all those things. But could it be a distraction, or does it motivate you? We'll explain the pros and cons there. We got more Covino and Rich live from Los Angeles, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio next. It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If
the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I like point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
Today's starters in the MLB are flamethrowers. But back in the day, they were crafty and they were just my type. And as hard as CC threw, he was a pitcher. He was a crafty guy. I'm not saying he was a Greg Maddux by any means, but that dude pitched. It was the art of pitching. And as we honor the Hall of Fame class of 2025, my biggest takeaway is simple, Rich. It's simple. It's like when you look at old pictures of yourself, right? You say things like, I wish I was as fat now as I thought I was then.
Exactly, right?
I feel like when you see these numbers from players back then, you realize how much we took them for granted because you would kill for those numbers now. We just took CC, Sabathia, Ichiro's, Dave Parker's, guys like that. You just took them for granted. If you had those numbers now, you'd be like, oh, my God, sign them up. Sign them up now immediately. But
that's because
each
team nowadays has two guys that are batting like 209. You know, it's a different game. But, again, you don't want to sound too much like the old guy and constantly say, they don't make them the way they used to. Because you know how they used to make them? Durable, but they all threw 88, 91, 92 tops. Now,
or they were pacing themselves out, dude.
Yeah, but
again, the art of pitching instead of just throwing your arm out.
I'm just saying now you get guys out of your bullpen, you don't even know their name. They're like some young dude you don't know and he throws 101. I'm just saying if someone threw 101 in 1988, it would be known. Different
game. That's a different goal. And is it a counterproductive goal? Is it really that great of a goal? You don't think CC Sabathia at 300 pounds, 6'6", could have threw harder? He was practicing the art of pitching, the dying art of pitching. But again, would kill for those stats now. Yeah. And before we play Last One Standing, give away prizes, and we give you our review, our official review of Happy Gilmore 2, let's wrap up with these phone calls, Rich.
Yeah, let's do it. Who we got?
Who do we got, Danny G, on line one? Let's go down.
Yeah, let's start with Matt in West Virginia.
Hey, Matt, you're on the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? First-time caller.
Hey, buddy.
So I have 2 points to this. First one being that I kind of agree with people being soft. I was watching a Mariners game earlier this year, and George Kerr is only going to throw about 60 to 70 pitches in the game. And I feel like I throw that many playing Wii Sports baseball through 3 innings. So that didn't make any sense to me. But my second point is, like with other sports too, specifically like football, I understand protecting the moneymaker in your quarterbacks, but then you lose that next man up mentality with stories of like Case Keenum or Nick Foles in 2017 where no one expected them to do anything, and they both end up in the conference championship.
You know, yeah, you said something about the first you said a guy scheduled to pitch 60 pitches and then they pull him. Covino, I also don't want to sound like the new age guy that's like, you just don't get it. But now I don't think a guy that's crafty that throws 88 to 92 even gets the look, because baseball's designed now for extra base hits and pitchers need to throw 100. It's honestly, it's a blame the system, because some young recruit that's crafty.
It's an honest speculation. It's fair to speculate the weekend after you see these greats get in and you look at their numbers, because it really was a different game. Then, hey, the game has changed that much. If that's the takeaway, then that's the takeaway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, a young kid now, unless you throw 97, you're not even getting a look. So they're conditioned to blow out their arms, essentially.
Who else we got? Danny G.
All right, let's move on to Bakersfield, California. Andrew.
What up, Andrew?
What's up, Drew?
What's up, guys? I've just been thinking about the pitch clock and how much does that wear on the pitcher and make it more of an aerobic sport, kind of more like soccer.
You haven't heard the pitchers complain that much, though, but you really haven't. There wasn't that much pushback. They got accustomed to it, and I think the fans have reaped the benefits of that, which is, I don't know, feels more important to me. I think the games are a lot better and quicker.
Yeah. And you know what, Covino, it's like moving faster. They talk about how back in the day, if you want to be that guy that's talking about generations, back in the day games were short. They just got long, and now they're shorter again. But like when our parents were watching baseball in the old-timey times and our grandpappies, those games moved along. They moved, so they're fine.
Who else we got, Danny?
All right, Scott in Milwaukee.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
What up?
I just want to tell you guys are incredible. I listen to you every day.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
I just want to tell you guys, you are spot on with CC Sabathia. You guys probably don't have time to bring up his stat line for the time he was in Milwaukee. He basically put new life into our franchise. If you take a look at all the complete games he had in about not even a 3-month period, he was pitching on 3 days of rest a lot of times, which nobody does, and he had no contract on hand. He was free agent the next year. He's just unbelievable. Nobody will ever do again what he did in that short period of time. Just amazing.
In Milwaukee, he had 7 complete games. The guy, he did it all, man.
He
was 11-2 with Milwaukee in that little stint.
You know what a crazy stat about that is, Covino, as you and I both look at his baseball reference?
Yeah.
All those years with Cleveland, all those years with the Yankees, we all remember that like half a season with Milwaukee because it was so impactful. We're talking about a guy that pitched from the time he was 20 till 38, and we still remember one summer of this guy's life where he pitched to a 1.65 ERA. He pitched like every third day, and he put life into an organization. It just shows you always make the analogy that Nirvana wasn't around that long, but the impact they had for rock music was amazing. The Beatles were only around for a handful of years. CeCe in Milwaukee was like a summer.
Yeah, and a guy, I think he's a prime example of someone you just took for granted. You're like, yeah, he's good, whatever. No, he's, in today's world, he's phenomenal. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Again, back to the phones. Thanks for the call, man. 877-99 on Fox.
Yeah, so now Bruno in Brooklyn wants to weigh in on Happy Gilmore too as we find out who in the studio hated that movie.
Let's move on because this weekend consisted of, trash TV, a lot of that. Again, the Baseball Hall of Fame. Congrats to all the superstars that made it. And Happy Gilmore 2. It's crazy to think that the original came out in 1996. Right? We're all in different places now. It's a different world, different life.
Yeah, when they did the flashbacks, didn't Adam Sandler look so young?
Dude.
Danny, my wife and I had to pause and look it up. Julie Bowen was 25. Sandler and Ben Stiller were 29 when they filmed that movie. So, like, we think of them as, like, back then, when you were a little kid, you weren't thinking that they were only in their 20s. I feel like they were grown-ups when you were a teenager watching Happy Gilmore. But, yeah, Julie Bowen was 25. And, again, Stiller and the Sandman were both under 30 when they filmed that movie.
So I waited all weekend to watch, and then finally got around to it yesterday. And, man, I laughed out loud multiple times. I got to watch it one more time, Rich, because I don't know, my mind was all over the place, but I was enjoying it. I did watch the whole thing, but I had some real laugh out loud moments. There was lots of great cameos. Rotten Potatoes gave it, 70-something%, which was pretty high. And then the popcorn meter was also pretty high.
When we checked it on Friday, it was at 76%. We'll see what it's at today.
Currently at 65%.
65
it went down
now,
over the weekend.
But the popcorn meter gave it a 70-something. But look, fans have always supported Sandler. The critics never really gave him the thumbs up. Happy Gilmore, the original, was a dumb movie, but we liked it. So I think, and I'll make it short and sweet, if you didn't like it because you're going to say it was dumb and stupid, what the hell were you expecting? I feel like that's on you. Were you expecting Shawshank Redemption? It's Happy Gilmore.
Closer.
Yeah, it's Happy Gilmore. Were you expecting Goodfellas? Like, Scorsese's not involved here. This is an Adam Sandler movie. It's more of a tribute to the original because there's so many Easter eggs and cameos and shout-outs to the original. That's more of a tribute to anything, but I found it to be really enjoyable, Rich, and I'm sort of a grumpy guy.
Do you know what the total count was? Danny G, see if you could guess how many cameos there were in this movie.
Oh, man, there had to have been like 50 cameos, I would think.
The number, 74 random appearances from people in this movie.
There was a cameo from Cameo. Word up.
If the guy was alive, he'd probably be in it, right?
It's a code word. Yeah, he's Neil deGrasse Tyson now.
So you got to believe that from all the professional golfers to Eminem to Travis Kelce to Bad Bunny, like it was.
I don't know, the return of Haley Joel Osment, who was the funny ass supervillain. I thought he was great.
He was great. He was great.
I thought it was so dumb that it was funny, and that's what you expect from a Happy Gilmore. And I know for fact, there's two criticisms sitting in the studio. One of them, Spots. I don't know if Dan Beyer agrees or not, because Dan Beyer's a big golf guy. We'll find out. But Spot earlier today said too many cameos, too many golfers, too many unknown people in your world. Like, Spot thought it was overflooded with cameos.
They tried to throw shiny objects at you to distract you from the mediocre movie that it was.
And I know Sam hated
but I liked the movie. I loved the movie.
Sam hated it. Sam, what was your issue with it?
I can't say the same. I thought the movie was boring. I didn't think
boring?
It was very boring. It was just a lot. Like, listen, I went into this movie. I wanted to like it. I love Adam Sandler. I love the original Happy Gilmore. But I just thought that the cameos, there were so many. They were just covering up like a really mediocre, substandard plot. The writing was mid. The acting was mid. It was just ridiculous. The back half of that movie, I turned it off with 35 minutes left.
Oh,
I turned it off. I finished it Sunday night. This was Friday night. I watched it. So I finished it.
So you couldn't even make it through.
I couldn't make it through in my first. So I would say, like you were like, I might go back and watch it again. I would never watch this movie again. I don't think it needed to be made. It should not have been made. It would have done more. It would have done more service to the original if it was not made.
Some fun nostalgia for
That's
sure.
All nostalgia was when you use it in this way.
But
is
what
just
did you
cheap.
expect? But what did you
I had
expect?
low expectations. I expected to laugh out loud. I didn't think this movie was funny.
I even thought the Kelsey part where he's attacked. Yeah, but his reaction made me laugh.
But that's just the thing.
Right,
you can't just flood a movie with all these cameos. It's just
Sam,
like it's
let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Before I watched Happy Gilmore 2, I actually did the homework assignment, which I told everyone, which was watch the first one so it's fresh in your mind before you watch the second one. And you forget how dumb the first one was.
But it had original ideas. It had this idea of this outsider who wanted to be a hockey player becomes a golfer. This was just like regurgitating the same crap. And then the whole like maxi golf part of it and the hip flexing thing was so outlandish.
I thought that was so funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
No,
the fact that these
Haley Joel
golfers
Osment had extra torque in his swing.
Well, let's not give away spoilers. Although I don't know how you can give spoilers away for a movie that's already spoiled, but that's beside the point. I thought that stuff was so ridiculous. There's nothing funny about it. I just was like, I wanted to laugh. There was only one part that actually made me chuckle. Nothing made me belly laugh out loud.
Well, that's another part of the discussion, Sam. You can't spoil something that we waited 30 years for. Everyone talking about this movie, and then
I know, but it just hit Netflix. Yeah,
expect us not to react the Monday after.
No, I know. But if people are listening, and they're like, "Oh, the hip." They don't know what the hip thing is. They don't know what maxi golf is.
Then shame on them. You had Friday, Saturday, Sunday to watch.
Covino's right. I mean, this was. I'm not telling you had to get a babysitter, go to the theater. This was on Netflix. It was at your fingertips. It's been 30 years in the making.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch Gilmore this weekend, shame on you.
We usually wait 1 week before we talk about something everybody watched, but in this case, we make an exception.
But it feels like, what are we not going to react to Sunday Night Football? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the day after. Millions of people tuned in. It'd be shame on us if we didn't acknowledge it.
This is the part of the conversation then where I say, man, can you believe Happy died at the very end?
No, you blew it. Everybody awaits the opinion of Dan Byer because he's a man of reason. He's not
a movie guy.
He's not a movie guy. He's never really easily impressed.
And he's a man of golf.
But he's also a man of golf. And I know, I just knowing Dan, he has a great sense of humor. I imagine he appreciates Adam Sandler. So, DB.
Here we go.
What's your take on Happy Gilmore 2 as the world reacts? The world, much like everything, Dan, seems to be divided on, was it the worst thing ever or was it fun?
Can I give it to you on the other side?
You know what? Please do.
Okay. All right.
I can't wait. It'll be the final update.
That's what she said. Xander Schauffele, right? All right. Come on.
All right. Let's get the update from
What'd
the great
you say about a fork?
Dan Byer.
Guys, big news of the day is Colorado football coach Deion Sanders revealed that he battled bladder cancer this offseason. Wow. Flanked by his doctors, Deion and the doctors had this message as the coach is now cancer-free.
We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder, and I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
Rick was aware of what was transpiring, and he's been A1 and down there, just a blessing. Came to Texas to see me as well.
Colorado having their first camp of the preseason today. Deion is a full go as, again, he is cancer-free. Some news from Major League Baseball. Cubs gave President of Baseball Ops Jed Hoyer a contract extension. Tigers acquired a couple of Twins pitchers, including Chris Paddock in a deal from Minnesota. Phillies outfielder Bryce Harper allegedly swore in the face of baseball commissioner Rob Manfred following a meeting in the team's clubhouse last week. ESPN says the confrontation occurred during an hour-long meeting with the team, with Harper feeling Manfred was talking about the possibility of a salary cap in the game. Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase was placed on non-disciplinary leave as he is under investigation as part of baseball's probe into gambling. And in the NFL, Broncos gave Cortland Sutton a 4-year extension as the wide receiver gets the deal with $92 million. Titans released former first-round pick wide receiver Treylon Burks. Steelers let go of Cordero Patterson. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, DB. So,
man,
Happy Gilmore 2 is all the buzz, all the rage. It was 20 minutes longer than the original. That's another thing I did pick up on. But I thought it was a fun, goofy movie. Exactly what it was supposed to be. And you know what? We'll make you wait for DB because I'm dying to hear what he thinks.
Yeah.
He has great golf perspective, too, because a lot of the cameos, Rich, unless they addressed them personally, I wasn't certain of all these people.
Well, keep in mind this. You know what? We're going to take your feedback next. Here's what I want to ask you is before we get to our games and some NFL, if you watch Happy Gilmore 2, which I'd imagine is most people, what was your favorite part? There had to be. See, Sam left at nothing.
No, I have one part where I chuckled, and I'll share that with you later.
All right, perfect. We'll do it all next right here. Covino and Rich on a Monday, Fox Sports Radio. Let's go.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate you all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate you all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
I would say I'm not impressed easily.
But what did you expect?
I loved Happy Gilmore too.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like,
yeah,
it was dumb. Yeah, it's supposed to be dumb. Yeah, but it was stupid. Yeah, but so was the original. Anyway, Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. We're going to get Dan Byers' feedback and your feedback. 877-99 on Fox. What were your thoughts? We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and now it's time for the Tire Rack Play of the Day. The Brewers pulled out a close one, didn't they, Sam?
Fly ball, center field. That is going to do it and then some. Perkins walks it off against the Marlins. He touches first. Haas touches home. And the Brewers beat Miami 3-2.
Blake Perkins, game-winning RBI single. Brewers win 3-2. That's courtesy of the Brewers Radio Network. You got Sandler Tourette's? What's going on there?
Yes.
Brewers Radio Network, and that was our Tire Rack Play of the Day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Now, remember, next hour, we got some last one standing, and we're going to talk about baby making, the pros and cons, because someone's a girl dad. Yeah, someone in sports. But, again, the world buzzing about
Speaking of the Brewers
Happy
with
Gilmore.
that the Brewers with that big win, Covino, do you know that the top 5 teams in the National League are all within 2 games of each other? It is like, you would think, like, we're talking about, we're 100-plus games into the season, and Chicago and Milwaukee are tied. The Mets got a 1.5 game lead on the Phillies, and right there in the mix, Danny, your Dodgers with San Diego, 4 games behind them. So it's just really awesome right now, National League Baseball.
Yeah, Dodgers are playing
But
well.
Do you want to go?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Rich?
No, I was going to say we could go to Iowa Sam for his big hot take on Happy Gilmore. I just figured the National League was worth noting that there's 5 teams that are like within a game.
Are you all right? I feel like your brain's
a little delay or something.
I put the phone caller down because I thought you wanted to talk Dodgers really quick.
I don't know what. You ever like lose signal in your car and then the music just picks up again? That's like Rich's brain just now. I don't know what happened.
I was going to say, Covino, I'm on the same boat as Cove. My team is stinking right now.
What do you mean go to Gilmore? What are you talking about? We were talking baseball. You're the one that brought it up. But we'll take your phone calls. We'll get Dan Byers' review.
Let's do it on the other side. Yeah, let's do it on the other side, guys.
We'll do it. We'll do it when we get back, DB. We're keeping everyone on the edge of their seat. And, of course, Aaron Judge and more Dodgers and more baseball and whatever Rich wants to talk about. How about that? All right, broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Hope you had a great weekend, a Nick Kurtz sort of weekend. We will be right back.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in.
Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say
It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I like point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just
the more the merrier. Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy? I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you. Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time? I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say.
It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience.
Colorado head football coach Deion Sanders revealed today that he was diagnosed with bladder cancer this offseason, but is now cancer-free. Sanders plans to resume his full-time coaching duties this fall, as he was joined at the press conference by doctors, including Dr. Janet Kukraya.
Day-to-day, I think, will, for most patients, becomes just a new way of life. But outlook, very good. We'll just keep him on routine surveillance scans. Other than that, nothing else.
Doctors revealed Sanders had his entire bladder removed because of a cancerous tumor, and they built him a new bladder, but Deion expected to coach fully this upcoming season. We jump to the NFL, where the Titans released former first-round pick wide receiver Treylon Burks. Steelers let go of Cordero Patterson today, while the Broncos and Cortland Sutton agreed on a new 4-year extension. Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase placed on the non-disciplinary leave as he's under investigation as part of baseball's probe into gambling. I'm Dan Beyer.
Hey, that's us.
Yeah.
Steve Covino and Rich Davis. And as I look at the screen across the way, Rich, I'm watching some golf. I saw a Colin Cowherd commercial. We'll be filling in for the Herd on Thursday and Friday. Just a little reminder out there. Plant the seed. Join us on the Herd. But it's always a pleasure to be here at our home. We like our home. Don't you like your home?
Are you too good for your home?
We're not too good for our home. 5 to 7 on the East, 2 to 4 on the West. Hope you had a great weekend, a Nick Kurtz sort of weekend, an Ichiro Sabathia sort of weekend. And right now on this Monday, we be rocking out. Let's go. This hour and every hour, broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. But we're giving away prizes, and we're playing Last One Standing. So if you think you can compete, have some fun, play along with us for what? One of our last swiggies? Is it our very last one? It's our last one, I think.
It is the last one in our inventory right now.
Swiggy, which is our stainless steel water bottle. Your chance to win and play this hour, 877-99 on Fox. But before we talk having babies and sports, let's wrap up this Happy Gilmore talk because it's blasphemous to expect anything other than what it was. You know, was it a little long? Yeah, it was a little long. Was there a lot of cameos? Yes, 74 of them. But was it still funny, Rich? I actually approached this movie thinking I wasn't going to like it. Like, leave well enough alone. I'm not going to like this. And I still laughed out loud.
It's expectations, right? I have a question. Have you ever had a late night dirty water hot dog in New York City or Taco Bell at 3 in the morning or maybe a little gyro with extra sauce at like 4 a.m. after a night of drinking?
In L.A., it's the bacon-wrapped hot dog carts outside
Danny,
of
you've had
arenas and
bacon-wrapped hot
Coliseum.
dogs.
Yep.
I mean, you eat it knowing that it's going to taste good going down, but I may have a stomach issue in a couple hours because you set a realistic expectation, right? When you sit down to watch Happy Gilmore 2, I don't think you pop the popcorn thinking, like you said, you're going to watch some Scorsese or, some ridiculously well-done movie. You assumed you were going to get callbacks and you were going to get cameos.
When my Uncle Joe complains about the service at Applebee's, I'm like, dude, it's Applebee's, bro. Relax.
Yeah,
He's complaining about the food quality and the service. I'm like, man, come on. You got to have your expectations correct. Now, Iowa Sam hated it. Before we get to your phone calls and wrap it up,
yeah,
we got to get to the great Dan Byer. The world can't wait anymore for his review.
Why don't we do it on the other side?
No, we got to do it. He's the Gene Siskel of Fox Sports Radio and the only real golf guy here in the studio right now.
I believe that Spot had a point with the egregious number of cameos, some that didn't resonate. You didn't know if they were an LPGA star because there were a couple in the movie that wouldn't resonate, and even some of the PGA Tour stars I don't think people remembered knew. So I agree with Spot on that point. I didn't think it was as long. It was one of the reasons why I sat down last night and saw it. Said like, all right, it's under 2 hours, like an hour and 56. Let's watch it. I thought Vern Lundquist stole the show. I thought that Vern Lundquist was the best part of it. And if you are going to watch it and don't have high expectations, just tune in for Vern Lundquist alone. I thought that he was the best. But as a golf fan, guys, I did find the plot somewhat humorous because I feel that's what Live Golf kind of thought to be. Yeah. So within that golf world, I thought, people see, look at how ridiculous this is. And I feel that was kind of a reflection on Live Golf. Even though there were Live Golfers in the movie as well, I thought that part was funny. I don't know if I enjoyed it, but I did not think that it was as bad as, say, Iowa Sam thought or Spot disliking it.
Yeah. Any other final words? I think that was well said, Dan. And I think there was a lot of Rocky sort of tie-ins as far as plot. And I also felt like the plot had to do with how the bananas are changing baseball or how there's so many spectacles in the world of fighting, right? And just a different side of things that we're seeing in sports. I thought it was entertaining.
I thought Scotty Scheffler stole the show with one line, too, when Shuda was training all of them, and Scheffler thinks he's going to do the Scheffler. And they're like, yeah, no. and then the whole jail scene with him. I thought, and John Daly living in the garage, I thought they may have gone to the well with one too many professional golfers. But if you're in the golf world, Covino, wouldn't you assume that this is a project you jump at the opportunity?
And we can't continue on without bringing up the great Pat Daniels, our very own Dan Patrick, who had several cameos throughout the movie. which shows you the Sandman, oh yes, loves himself some Fox Sports. So, look, I wouldn't be disparaging it anyway because I would love a cameo, but I really did. Like, I went there with no expectations. I thought I wouldn't like it at all. I actually laughed out loud more times than I thought, and I thought it was dumb fun. That's exactly what you'd expect from a Happy Gilmore sequel.
Haley Joel Osment as like the corny villain was perfect. I thought the fact that he was able to have a little more torque because
that was great. That was so
like
funny.
that whole storyline that I was Sam hated. I thought that was so stupid that it was funny.
Sam, you're gonna have a bunch of dudes on the golf course now doing that Haley Joel Osment sort of.
I didn't understand casting him. I thought he was out of place. He doesn't look like a professional athlete. He's like 4'7".
It's funny.
The whole like hip twisting thing I thought was just the dumbest thing.
I thought that was funny as hell.
God. And then there was so much CGI in the movie of like back in the day they used to just do practical effects for stuff. Now you have like a CGI ball flying over the place and like and then like there was, I don't know. It was just
Sam was not feeling it, but you know what?
Yeah, but Sam, I mean, Sam, don't you see that if you get that hip surgery like Haley Joel Osment, you could drive the ball 500 yards. You don't get it?
But I very much get it. I don't think there's a whole lot to get. I get it.
Sam, you speak on behalf of half the world on social media because people just love to find the things that they dislike as opposed to what the positives were.
But then can I put on the other shoe? I think people who are like, oh, I loved it. And people saying they loved it, I'm like, I think you have the Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler, Netflix beer goggles on. Take them off. Watch this movie. It's not good. It's not good.
But I don't think you're supposed to take them off, Sam. That's the whole point.
They're just all they did was fall back on nostalgia, and the nostalgia got cheap. And it was like almost stupidly low-level nostalgia, too.
Someone here is not getting a cameo in his next film.
Listen, again, I like Adam Sandler, but I'm not here to pretend to like this movie just because like Dan Patrick was in it.
No, but I liked it. I did.
I legitimately thought it was not entertaining and not funny. That's why I found it to be boring.
I should have told Sam prior to the show today that his publicist is tuned in listening to us right now.
Wow.
Well, sorry. I mean, I saw a lot of people who did not like the movie.
No, I swear to
God,
liked it. Rich and I would never compromise our real feelings on it if we.
No, you
really
guys liked it, and there were people
that
that liked it. It's fine. The way the movie was constructed, I just thought it was all over the place.
But
I just thought it was a sloppy mess.
It's fair, dude.
Sam,
it's fair.
Listen, it's the same way where there's any sequel or spin-off or jump off.
So don't make it. It's just more Netflix slop.
If you're a fan of that brand or that movie, you're going to love it. Like any cheap reference to Leslie Nielsen that they make in the new Naked Gun movie, I am going to love. Every time on Fuller House when Stamos said, "Have mercy," I liked it. You're hitting me. Maybe I'm the dopey demographic, but I love when they go to the well on that crap.
I think we're in the age of reboot, and it's just this is so stale. It's so stale.
I was saying if they showed some Urkel reboot and Jaleel White as a grown-up was like, "Got any cheese?" I'd be the guy that'd say, "Yeah, got any cheese?" Like I
don't think there's any ingenuity in there. There's no innovation. It's just stale regurgitation of this stuff. Dan Beyer has
Covino and I both watched the Dumb and Dumber reboot. Yeah.
I didn't. I did not see that.
I may have brought this up before, and I think Danny G can maybe back me up on this. It reminds me of when Tupac died. One of the things was there's all these unreleased tracks. Well, there was a reason like those didn't make albums. Okay, like they probably weren't better stuff. So then when you start releasing all of this old stuff, maybe it wasn't as good as the stuff that you put out. And I feel that's a little bit about like this, after so long, there's only so much that can match up to it. May not be like exact, but there are only so many jokes that you can do. And yeah, maybe if you're like trying to go back to the well, it's just not going to be as strong as the original.
I think that this movie violated a big rule of comedy is that it was too long. It was bloated. There were scenes that could have been cut out. A good comedy follow the 90-minute rule. Even if they got it down to 90 minutes, I don't think I would have liked it anyway.
All right, Sam.
Yeah.
I saw it wasn't even a movie. I think it's just a matter of how much do you want your nostalgia bone to be tickled, massaged, caressed?
Stroked would be the
stroked.
Yeah.
The movie Love Actually was a holiday classic. I know Covino hates it. I love it. That's irrelevant. That's not the story here. But speaking of Liam Neeson, who's going to be in the new Naked Gun, Spot remembers this. Do you remember maybe 5 years ago for a charity, they did like a 15 minute short of where all those characters are now?
From Love Actually, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And it was like
for
a
Red
really
Nose
well
Day.
done for Red Nose Day. They did like a Where Are They Now? You know, that I feel it in my fingers. That character, the singer. They had Where Liam Neeson Is, the son, everything. I don't know why you wouldn't want to see that. If you loved Sandler and Happy Gilmore, if you watch it as much as all of us did in college and high school, why would you say like, no, why would you not want that?
Well, I'm sure millions of people did watch. I can't wait to see how many. So congratulations, because I'm sure when all's said and done, huge success. And speaking of, Fantastic Four made $1 million more worldwide than Superman's debut over the weekend. So big weekend for movies and box office and goofy shows.
I must be a simpleton with this stuff because I know that they're in the process of making a new Lethal Weapon that they're going to involve Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. You're telling me you're not going to be waiting for Danny Glover to say, I'm really too old for this. You know, like.
They did that. It is called Lethal Weapon 4. It came out like 20 years ago. Enough with it.
All right, fine. All right.
Like Danny Glover literally is too old for this ish.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was one of my favorite films. I'm sorry. I know I sound very negative. And I don't want to be insufferable with how negative I am. It's good that people liked it. I love the original Happy Gilmore. I just found it to be boring and not funny.
By the way, I get it.
Sour
that
Sam, everybody. Sour Sam.
Covino, I get it that there comes a time where it's like, all right, the nostalgia has been overdone. And I feel like, you know where we saw that with? One of our legends that passed away recently. There was a point where anytime Hulk Hogan came out and they hit Real American and he came out and posed, everyone ate it up. And then eventually it was like, all right, I think we've done this too many times.
Well, yeah, he got booed at his last public appearance. But that was probably for
Other
multiple reasons. Yeah, who knows? So,
But
again,
still,
we're
like,
Covino and Rich. Thank you, guys. Like it, don't like it, check it out. It's on Netflix, but people were enjoying it and all over the place with it over the weekend on social media. We'll wrap it up with your phone call at 877-99 on Fox.
Yeah, Nick in Boston.
What up, Nick? You're on the show.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I feel the same way. Happy Gilmore was fine, but I think the best entertainment for the weekend was definitely SNL on Saturday night with Nate Bargatze. Most specifically, they had Dana Carvey playing Joe Biden. Maya Rudolph was in there playing Kamala. But the best part about that whole episode was the Sushi Glory Hole.
Well, speaking of going back to the well too many times, did Nate Bargatze do the old George Washington thing again?
They did, but that was a repeat episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I know everybody loves when he's on there. I didn't watch it, but speaking of some SNL cameos in Happy Gilmore, and Bad Bunny was also the big name involved as the caddy. So enjoy it. Your feedback at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. Now, Rich.
Yes, buddy.
I know we're talking Baseball Hall of Fame and all the moves being made. What, Thursday's the deadline, right? And Sandler and Happy Gilmore. Over the weekend, your boy became a girl dad. Purdy, Brock and what's his wife, Jenna, welcomed Millie Jolene Purdy, and life just became a whole lot sweeter, as they said in the post. So congratulations to Brock Purdy. Now you have to ask yourself this, and it's a pretty simple question. My first reaction is this. Congrats. It's amazing. It's a wonderful experience. Rich and I both girl dads. Rich also has a little son. Danny G has a little terror named Koa and a bunch of grown stepsons that give Danny G wedgies at night.
Yeah, Danny G's stepsons are like Sandler's sons in Happy Gilmore 2.
Can I share with you the one scene I did laugh at?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So there was the Hal L doll they brought home.
Yes.
And they started kicking it around, beating it up, and they kicked its head off. And
Yeah.
then the ballet teacher's reaction actually made me laugh. So I did like that.
I thought Boban was funny, too.
And you guys are accurate. That does look like my house.
Right? Yeah. So Danny G has a whole big giant blended family, but one little rugrat who just got his first haircut named Koa. So cute, even though he's what? He's not even 2 and he's 6 feet tall.
He's a big dude.
He wears Danny G's boots. That's how big he is. But my first thought, Rich, is congrats to the Purdy family. He's going to be extra motivated this season, like your boy Christian McCaffrey, right?
McCaffrey and Purdy both had baby girls in the last month, which is like, if the 49ers aren't motivated, what will motivate them more?
So, yeah, let's lead with the positive. Hey, man, they're going to bond over that chemistry of being new dads. They're both dads now. They'll talk about it and bond over it, maybe build on that. It's a great motivator because, S gets real. Life gets real when you become a kid and you're responsible for another life, right? You're like, I can't slip and trip and fall back and mess around. Like, you get next level motivated. But then, Danny G, there's a flip side. And that flip side is, how tired were you for the past 2 years when you were pulling those late nights as a dad?
I'm still pulling weird hours.
That's what I'm saying. And I understand they have a luxury that most parents don't, which is help and everything
else. They
can
have a nanny.
A nanny, but...
You know what show's been covering this? I've been watching the Nelly and Ashanti reality show on Peacock. And Ashanti had her first with Nelly, and it's just showing how difficult it is for her to pick up where she left off with her career now that she has a newborn.
It's not easy. So that's the point. That's really the point. Like, everybody loves to see the positives, as we should, when it comes to being a new parent, and there's so much blessing involved and so many exciting things. But let's be real about the fact that it's not always that easy. That doesn't mean that you want to hear people project their experience on you. I know it's one of Rich's pet peeves, like, good luck sleeping, man. Some kids aren't as bad as other kids, so you may have a completely different experience. But based on that, Rich's team, the 49ers, Brock Purdy, big deal, big contract now, has lots to prove. He's a new dad. Do you think there's, more motivation or more distraction at home when it comes to playing professional sports? Because you got to still be there to some degree. I know you're focused on football, and that's what brings home the bacon, but you still got to put, especially in today's world, I'll give you an example. Our dads maybe never or rarely touched a diaper, okay? They helped out. They got home from work, they helped out. Let's say that. Today's dad, I see it with my sister and my brother-in-law. They got to do everything together. So it's not like mom's changing a diaper or dad's changing a diaper. They do it together. Everything's together. Everything's like
it's way more teamwork than what we saw as kids.
Yeah, way different. So I know he's Brock Purdy. I know he has luxuries that we don't have. I know Christian McCaffrey has family and luxuries and things like that. But he's still going to be more hands-on than people probably realize because he's a regular dude and these guys are brand new parents. So more motivating or equally distracting? When you think of the possible, negatives wouldn't be the word, but let's say added responsibility.
That and your life is filled with more meaning.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, you have more of a purpose.
More purpose.
Yeah, and so right there, I know that your head, even if it's slightly twisted, it goes straight immediately.
But you know what? With that purpose, you're not just focused on football anymore, right? So, like, again, I'm playing devil's advocate. Because, I've been there. We've all been there. How do you think this is going to affect the team? I think it's going to affect them in a positive way, Rich, to be honest. I think him and McCaffrey are going to bond over this.
Well, listen, other than sports teams that you root for and what you're going through in life is the number one thing that bonds people. Like, that's how a lot of your friendships as an adult are based on. Like, oh, my kids and your kids play Little League together. Or daughters are in the same dance class. And, oh, do you remember when your kid did this? My kid's doing that. So I think new dads are more motivated than ever. I remember.
But there are challenges, dude. There are sleepless nights. There are distractions. Not from a negative place. It's just the responsibility of being a parent.
I think, truthfully, that when you are at that level, and I'm sure you pointed this out, at this level, I'm not saying they're not involved by any means. I'm not saying that at all. But if you are Christian McCaffrey or Brock Purdy, if you're Brock Purdy and you just signed the contract where you're making $50+ million a year, you have an overnight nanny. You have someone that is doing the 2 a.m. diaper changes and feedings. Your wife could handle it. Your mother-in-law, your mother, someone could handle it. I promise you, Brock Purdy is going to kiss that baby, hold that baby, be prideful, be as involved as he could be. But I promise you, Brock Purdy's not going to be tired in the huddle because he was doing a 3 a.m. diaper change.
Again,
unless he wants to.
The pros are obvious. It's a blessing, and we congratulate them. But it does change your perspective a little bit. Football becomes football. Work becomes work, and you realize there's more important things in life. So, hey, wishing them all the best as they make those adjustments, as we all have. But congratulations to Rich's boys. Again, football, what are we, 37, 38 days away now? 30-something days away. So enjoy it while you can. You have some football freedom.
Oh,
now,
can't wait.
Rich.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that Thursday? I know it's just preseason, but can you believe the conversation and all that begins in literally 3 days? You and I could be like, tonight, Chargers are playing the Lions. Was it Chargers-Lions, right? First game?
Yep. Now,
wow.
When we get back, we're going to take your phone calls. We got to line this up. We're going to play a game that's sweeping the nation.
Oh, I love this.
It's called Last One Standing. And Dan Byer's pretty impossible to beat when he's in the zone. When his little rugrat didn't keep him up late at night.
Yeah.
When he's in the zone. So,
little kid or not, he's won this game 30 times.
I know. He's like the Joey Chestnut, by the way, who had a weekend with the Bananas. Did you see that? He's the Joey Chestnut of this game. He's a champion. Now, if you want to play, the number's 877-99 on Fox. It's called Last One Standing, and it's for the last standing Swiggy.
Very last one. I might have you guys sign it.
Our stainless steel water bottle is midnight black. It's really nice. Perfect for those kids going back to school because they lose one a week. I think that's the average. So you need a new water bottle. Now's your chance at 877-99 on Fox. We're going to talk concerts and events, stadium fails. We'll call it Stadium Fails, and we'll play Last One Standing all next here on Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah. I think, Covino, tonight, I'm going to watch Gilmore 2 again because we have friends in town from Texas, and they said, we haven't watched it yet. I'm like, you know what? I'd actually watch it again, and I may watch with a Iowa Sam critical eye tonight. We'll see.
How about just enjoy it? That's the bad approach. It's the wrong approach. And by the way, I would have killed for a cameo style as we play some cameo here. Word up on the Covino and Rich show. Because there was 74 cameos in Happy Gilmore 2. They could have used a 75th from us. Instead, they had those no-talent ass clowns, Cheeto Santino and Bobby Lee in there. Just kidding. Love those guys. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio for over 40 years. By the way, who was that Sirius XM show? That's what I want to know.
I've never heard of them, and we've worked there 20 years.
Yeah, there was a lot of cameos. Dan Patrick, one of them, did a great job. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping the customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. Tire Rack, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And be sure to subscribe to Fox Sports Radio's YouTube channel.
Now, Covino, before we get to the last one standing, 2 quick questions I just saw trending on social media.
Yeah.
What would you call, this is a big debate among men, but hey, shout out to all our short kings, as they say out there. What is the tallest of the short guy range? Like, what's the tallest a short guy could be? If you go, oh, that guy is pretty short. What's the tallest short guy?
Tallest short guy is 5'9".
The consensus is 5'10". I think 5'9" is the answer, though.
I don't know where you got this study from, but I'm sticking with 5'9".
TikTok stats, bro.
Yeah,
TikTok
stats. I'm 5'10" and 3/4", and in my family, Rich, I'm giant. So it's all relative to the size of your steeple. All right, so it's Monday. Fun day. Hope you had a great weekend, a Happy Gilmore sort of weekend, a Nick Kurtz sort of weekend. But we got to do it. Every Monday we play Last One Standing.
All right, I have 4 categories ready to go. If needed, a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or you answer incorrectly, Iowa Sam will take you out with his famous buzzer.
Oh, no.
I don't want to hear that.
No.
We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you're the top dog. Here are the contestants. 8-time winner Steve Covino, right over there.
Top dog, big dog, Steve Covino.
Small dog.
11-time winner Rich Davis in the house.
What up?
Right, 11-time winner.
And 30-time winner, the leader in the clubhouse, Dan Byer.
I also want to make it clear, I'm not here all the time. So I'm not here every Monday.
It would be more.
Yeah, so it could be more.
At least
this guy a cameo in a Sandler movie.
7 of my 8 victories were when you were not here, Dan.
All right, we're going to go to the studio lines to see who is playing for our last CNR stainless steel Swiggy in our inventory. DB, I'll use you for this. Would you love to travel to beautiful Cape Coral, Florida, Newport News, Virginia, South Padre Island, Texas, South Jackson, Tennessee, Virginia Beach, Virginia, or Crossville, Tennessee?
We're going to go to South Padre, Texas.
South Padre. Yeah. All right, South Padre. That is... And, no, that's, let's see, Kevin, what's up, brother?
I was going to say that's also where a lot of young Texas kids get drunk.
Okay.
South Padre.
Hey, Kevin, how are you today?
What's going on, guys? Big fan. Heck yeah.
Thank you, man.
What do you do for a living there?
I deliver uniforms around here, man. I'm always on the go, brother. So yeah.
Nice. Thank you for taking CNR with you. All right.
Unicorns?
By the way,
uniforms.
Uniforms.
Spot is the fact checker during this game.
I hate it.
A lot of pressure on Spotty during this game, so have patience with him.
Please.
All right, here we go. First category, that dude Chad. You have 5 seconds to name one of the MLB teams that ChatGPT predicts will be a World Series winner in the next 20 years.
Wild.
Yes.
This is wild.
Covino, you're up first as soon as the timer starts right now.
I'll go with the obvious. The Dodgers have to be it.
The Dodgers are on there twice in 2026 and 2027.
Wow.
Rich.
I have to say, because I was happy. I'm hoping ChatGPT ChatGPT is right. The Mets.
The Mets are on there once in 2040, Rich. Sorry, 2040.
Oh, see, I saw a different one. Jeez, all right.
Buyer.
Well, Covino's Yankees have to be.
The Yankees are on there twice, yes.
All right. Kev.
2044.
I'm going to go with my Astros, man.
Astros? Not on the list.
Wow, ChatGPT.
Sorry, buddy.
All right. Covino.
I got to say it's interesting that we're using ChatGPT as like a fortune teller nowadays.
Right.
It's self-help, right? It's like, what do they know about this? I'll have to go Phillies.
Phillies are on there for 2034.
All right.
But they agree with you, though, Covino. All right, Rich.
This is so ridiculous. It's arbitrary. I'm guessing the Cubs?
The Cubs are on there
Yeah.
in 2033, Rich.
Buyer.
I can't wait till the San Francisco Giants win another title in the country of California 19 years from now. I'm going to go with the Giants.
The Giants are not on the list.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry,
All right.
Davey. Maybe because they're not in the country anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're in their own league.
It's between C and R. Covino, back to you.
You know, I'm going to go because they've done it in recent history. They're always in the mix. Texas Rangers.
The Rangers are on the list for 2032.
Nice.
All right, Rich.
The Padres, are they on this list?
They are in 2030.
We got a battle, Covino.
Got to be realistic.
3.
The Toronto Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays are on the list for 2035.
Yeah, Rich, back to you.
Oh, man. Covino's good at this game.
It's like arbitrary fortune telling.
Who
Guys,
knows?
the Brewers. I don't know. The Brewers.
No, not on the list.
Hey, by the way, Savannah
Covino
Bananas on the list. I saw Savannah Bananas on it.
The Savannah Bananas are not on the list.
They're on your list.
New Orleans is on the list.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. They're going to be a future team, apparently.
Yeah, they have like an expansion team listed for years.
Already scheduled to win?
Yeah.
That's
They're
ridiculous.
already scheduled to win,
Wow.
yeah.
Danny,
So,
I want these questions, Danny, to require skill.
But hold on, Danny
This
G.
is malarkey.
I mean, there's deductive reasoning involved in some of this.
There is.
Right?
They
We
take.
didn't throw any weak-ass teams out there.
Yeah, by the way, this year, the Braves. You got the Orioles in 2028, Mariners in 2029, Orioles again in 2031, you didn't mention.
There's a better chance of a team going to South Padre than there is of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just telling you.
It's
Like,
so random.
But is this story like a buzzing, like newsworthy story? People are talking about this because I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's been going around.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, second category is literally drop the ball. You have 5 seconds to name an NFL team who led the league in committing turnovers last season. So top 17 teams in turnovers in 2024. Kev, you're up first as soon as the clock starts right now.
The New Orleans Saints.
Saints, not on the list.
Buyer.
Yeah, just so clarification, can you say it again?
So teams who led the league in turnovers.
Okay, so
They
they're
committed.
all
They
turnovers.
they committed the turnovers.
Okay, all right. We'll go with the Titans.
Titans, number 2, 34.
Nice, Rich.
Jets.
Jets, not on the list.
They might have stunk, but they held onto the ball. Covino.
Panthers.
Panthers, number 14 with 22.
Back to Buyer.
Browns.
Browns, number 1, 34.
Boom. Cove.
Jaguars.
Jags, number 9, 24.
Buyer.
What about the Raiders?
Raiders, number 4, 29.
That hurts. Covino.
Sorry, dude.
It's all right.
The Giants.
Giants, number 10, 23.
Back to Buyer.
Bears.
Bears, the Bears. Not on the list.
Oh!
Covino
Look at this.
walks off 2 categories in a row.
Oh, he
And
won?
Smartest
Yes,
man alive.
that is Covino's 9th win in this game.
You did it! Who do you think you are? I am!
Nothing to do with skill.
Yeah! Who do you think you are? I am! Yippity! All right, dude,
Kevin,
I'm feeling it.
Hey, Kev, thanks for listening and playing the game in Texas with us.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you,
All
man.
right, you missed the Colts at 3, Cowboys at 5,
Oh,
Niners
Cowboys.
at 6, Falcons at 7, Seahawks at 8. There you go.
Oy.
Were the Bengals on there or no?
The Bengals were number 13.
Oh, okay.
22, yeah.
You know, watching quarterback, you realize how Joe Burrow still put up such great numbers, but man, they came so close so many games, but the team around him was playing like ass for so long. Poor guy.
Defense struggled throughout the year and a lot of one-score games.
And by the way, if you haven't watched Quarterback, a must-watch. When you're done with that, there's a show called Building a Band that I highly recommend. It's not that shabby if you like trash reality TV. It's a singing competition, actually. Building a Band. Not too bad. All right, so DB. I won one, buddy.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you, man.
By the way, I wasn't listening as close as I should, and I'm so glad that Kevin said the mascot, because if he would have just said Miami, I would have thought we were talking NBA maybe for a second. Right. So on the turnovers portion of it, I'm so glad that Kevin saved me from that portion. All right, no NBA news, but there is a bunch of news in Major League Baseball, the NFL, but we start in college football where Deion Sanders, the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, revealed today that he was diagnosed with bladder cancer this offseason, but is now cancer-free.
And there's some people out there right now dealing with the same issue, affected by that C word that we usually, when we hear that word, is normally a life sentence attached to it, but not this time, because God got me, and I don't take it for granted.
Sanders revealed that he had his entire bladder removed because of the cancerous tumor. Doctors built a new bladder for Sanders, who will resume his full-time job as the head coach at Colorado as the team opened camp today. In the NFL, the Broncos wide receiver Cortland Sutton agreed to a new 4-year contract extension worth $92 million. Titans released former first-round pick wide receiver Treylon Burks. Steelers let go of Cordero Patterson. In baseball, Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase was placed on the non-disciplinary leave list as he's under investigation as part of baseball's probe into gambling. Phillies outfielder Bryce Harper allegedly swore in the face of baseball commissioner Rob Manfred following a meeting in the team's clubhouse last week. ESPN reports the confrontation occurred during an hour-long meeting with the team, with Harper feeling Manfred was about to talk about the possibility of a salary cap in the game. It was all part of Manfred's annual tour of visiting with all 30 teams. Brewers are reportedly getting catcher Danny Jansen from the Rays. Cubs gave president of baseball ops Jed Hoyer a contract extension. Tigers acquired Twins pitchers Chris Paddock and Randy Dobrak as part of a deal with Minnesota, sending a minor leaguer back in return. And Steve Covino's picked up his 9th win and last man standing today on Covino and Rich.
Thank you, bro. Thank you,
Yeah,
DB.
thanks, Dan Byer. Hey, Covino, there's an athlete. I think I want to end on this, if it's cool with you, coming up next. There's an athlete that for some reason gets a free pass, meaning he did something very questionable, and we don't seem to ever question it. We've questioned domestic violence. We've questioned animal abuse. We've questioned, drugs and alcohol. There's an athlete that did something that never gets questioned until now, because the young star in the NBA, Wemby, sort of called out an NBA legend. I don't know if you know this story, but we got to get to it next before we get out of here. Is that cool?
What if I say no?
Then I'll just agree with you and do something else.
Thanks. All right, so we'll think about it. All right, we got more Covino and Rich next on Fox Sports Radio.
Wake up, it's 2 pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations. That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you, You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available. We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder,
Better.
We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
you finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available. We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder,
Better.
We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
you finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
Yeah, buddy. The world famous CNR on FSR, Covino and Rich sweeping the nation live from Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And a quick reminder, if you dig our show, Overpromised is our bonus pod. Episode 102 dropped last Thursday, and we did our Hulk Hogan tribute.
Brother.
That's right. Rich gave his best Hogan moments. You could agree or disagree by searching Overpromised or listening to Overpromised episode 102. Also, we talked about the updates in the world of pay-per-view and how it's affecting boxing. So Overpromised is our bonus show. Definitely check that out. And we're in for the herd, you heard, this Thursday and Friday, so make note. Now, we'll save Cal Raleigh being your league-leading MVP, chances to win candidate. And we'll save Stadium Fails, a story that involves Justin Timberlake, for tomorrow.
Okay. I just thought there were two quick NBA notes to bring up. One being, have you guys seen – at first I'm like, are these real pictures? Because everything's AI now.
Yeah.
Have you seen Luka 2.0?
No, but my mom called me up in tears this weekend, Rich. You know why? Steven, did you hear what Aaron Judge said? I'm like, what are you saying, Mom? I thought she was going to say something about his elbow injury. He said, how could he play with a bunch of bums? And he was cursing and using profanities talking about the Yankees. I'm like, Mom.
She was in tears?
Yeah. Mom, she was like, it was so horrible to hear Aaron Judge talk like that. I'm like, Mom, it's AI. It's all fake.
Oh, geez.
Relax. He would never say something like that. How could they do that? And I'm like, well, that's what LeBron has a problem with. He's suing AI. I don't know. It's become a thing. I don't know.
He's suing AI in general. But my point was, there's two quick NBA notes. One being, I'm sure Danny's pumped. Have you seen the trim slim, ripped Luka?
Dude, over the weekend, I was going to eat some Cool Ranch Doritos, and I put them back because of the pictures I saw of Luka.
I mean, there's new, updated ones because he's been trimmed now for a minute.
Yeah, there's another one from the end of last week. Yeah.
Oh, good for him, man.
I was like, I had not seen, Covino, ripped Luka.
Nice.
And number two, this is also a couple days old, but, we had a long weekend. Did you see when the NBA wished Karl Malone a happy birthday and Wemby retweeted someone that was like, yo, nah, I'm not getting behind that. And I wonder why Karl Malone, when it's so open that when he was 20, he impregnated a 13-year-old. How is he the exception that no one seems to harp on that? Okay.
I mean, people harped on it because he was part of that dream team. And, I know that some of the players sort of turned their back on including his jersey in certain areas and things like that. It's a story, but yeah, I guess when so much time has passed, there's always stories like that creep up, and we always chalk it up to, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, for all the stuff, players get crap all the time for things they do on and off the court, off the field.
Dude, it's like every old school song you hear talks about young girls, get out of my mind.
Yeah. And also,
it's always some weird teenage love stuff.
And Rich, he was never in handcuffs because the parents didn't press charges, and they settled out of court.
That was it.
But Danny, it's like we all know Elvis Presley. There have been legends that have leaned way too young, but the simple fact that because the parents never press charges, we just sort of, I'm not saying we do, but society in general, for the most part, Karl Malone is not a dirty word in the NBA. They're still wishing him a happy birthday. Meanwhile, if charges were pressed, this guy would be behind bars. So just a deep thought, and we'll see you guys mañana. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
We'll see you in the promised land. But remember, tomorrow, Stadium Fails, and Cal Raleigh, he's your MVP?
The big dumper?
I hope not. Yeah, the big dumper. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Arrivederci, baby.
In the promised land. Later, guys.